Welcome to Fresh Path Experience. So glad you're here. We have 6 weeks to get going, right? We're going to take our beautiful, nice, lovely little brain that, yes, my daughter crocheted this for me. Isn't it amazing? Nice and squishy. It's lovely. So let's think of our beautiful brain like this. And what do we do for it? How do we focus? How do we find support for it? How do we build a community where we can grow and have fun and be kind and supported? We do that here, or we do it in Fresh Path. So this is Fresh Path Experience. It's 6 weeks. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I'm honored you're here, that you trust me, that we're going to do this together. It just means the world to me. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, so everything's going to come to your email, so you don't have to worry about finding it or another place. But if you like, you can go into your phone and you can go to the App Store. We'll do this together right now. I'll show you how to do it. Go to the App Store on your phone. You can't see it, but and then when you're there, you put in Zenler, Zenler Ltd. You're going to see that. And it's called, you'll see Zenler. Get that app, it's free. So, and then I'm already on. So you'll see something like this when you sign in for this course. So now that you've already joined this course, you're going to see you're going to be able to get everything on this app, which is really nice. So then you can just click and see like my courses. There's a community. If you want to put comments in the community there, you're going to see that here. So that'll be the community page. So if you like things in one place, you don't want to have to get it mixed up in emails, get the Zenler app, Zenler. Otherwise, if you're like, hey, I don't want an app, I don't care if it's free, I don't want to do that, everything will come to your email. Okay. Whatever email you signed up for this course. Okay. So welcome. So why are we here? We're here because we can feel isolated. We can feel like we're kind of stuck, like things just aren't moving. We don't know where we're going, what our next moves are professionally. In medical school, we do not learn career development. We just don't. Why? I don't know why, but in business school, they learn how to keep professionally developing, keep learning new things and moving forward. In medical school, you learn, you go through medical school, go through your residency, maybe you do a fellowship, and then just like, there you go, boom, you're a doctor. So stay happy for 30 years. Well, then what? Like, what happens for those decades? How do you keep yourself, excited about what's coming next, learning, meeting new people? Like, how does the professional journey happen as a doctor? That's the big mystery question. We're just supposed to do it, but we hang out with a lot of burned out people. So depends which study you read. Anyone, our colleagues all around us all day could anywhere 40 to 60% of them, even 70% sometimes could be burned out. So we live in a very burned out environment, and we know we have emotional synchrony where we take on the emotions of those around us. So it's a tough environment, right? And we're also supposed to be growing in this environment and feel excitement toward the future. When that's the reality. So I built, a company called Brain Fresh. That's my logo. Whoa. Um, as a party bus, as people come on in, let's learn together. Let's realize how to feel vital. Let's, know what's important to us. Let's figure it out. Take a little time away from work, figure it out so we can put in our life what's really important to us, right? That's what we need. A lot of people like get employed by somebody and then they're like, here, just develop me professionally. Or they only say yes when your employer says yes, that you can go to a meeting, you can go learn, or they say, no, you can't go to a meeting, you can't learn. So they don't learn. They're not professionally developing. And I understand that that's money. A lot of times that means your own money to learn things. I mean, obviously this costs money because what do we value? How does it feel when we feel like refocused, renewed, reconnected, ready to go, like excited about something, a goal we set, and now we actually have a plan. So that's what we're going to do this 6 weeks is figure out how to have a plan toward feeling reconnected, refocused, and creating a future that actually excites you again, that you have some energy toward. You got yourself in medical school, you got yourself in the residency that you got into. So you were taking the reins and figuring out what your next steps were. But then when it's your staff, they're like, boom, there you go. Now you're doctor forever. How do you take your next steps? You don't, you wait for someone to give you permission to take steps. So in my opinion, we can take our next steps. We don't need to wait for someone to say, hey, it's your turn to learn. It's your turn to figure out like what's important to you, right? So that's why we're here. We have these 6 weeks. So let's go. So what I'm just going to give you an overview. This video is an overview of the 6 weeks. Okay. So number one, first week is reset. And each week you're going to get a focus. You're going to get some action steps. You can choose the one action step you want to take. You don't have to be like a gunner and do all the action steps. Just do one action step a week. And then you're going to hopefully gain some insights, something that's meaningful you hadn't thought about before. And then there's going to be a weekly checklist, and you can decide, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to focus on this or that this week. Okay. And then that is it. So we're going to keep it simple, one thing each week, because we can't do everything, but we can do something. And if we take one action for 6 weeks in a row, I mean, it could be amazing, right? Like, think about where you could be in 6 weeks. One action, the actions can take anywhere from 10 minutes to 60 minutes. Depends which ones you choose and how much time you want to give to it. You could do a 10-minute action, listen to these videos and 10-minute actions. There you go. It'll be amazing. Okay. Okay. So number one is reset the brain. We're going to learn how to understand like the neuroscience of exhaustion and how to build our mental capacity so that we can see how we could change, what's important to us now. We can take some time to learn about us and determine our next steps. So that's number one. Number two, we're going to figure out how to reconnect with others. I hear so often from women docs that we feel isolated, that we were together in residency, like building those bonds. In medical school, we had so many friends and we were together. We were having parties and studying 6 hours a day and, all that kind of stuff in medical school. But now, you're kind of out there on your own. You're like, go figure it out. Go, go, go. And how do you build that meaningful support? And then number four, the fourth week is rediscovering you. Like, what is your current identity? And it's okay if that identity has changed. Maybe you're different, you have different family situation. Maybe you're a mother now or you're grandmother now. I have grand dogs and grand cats. I'm a mother to four, and I'm an aunt and I'm a lot of things. So do we only see our identity as something we're paid for? Because that identity can go away. We've heard of docs that have lost their jobs, right? So does that then leave us with no identity? And who are we? So take a little time to think about that week and figure out what is our identity? What's important to us? Who are we truly? And then we're going to go number four, design your fresh path. Let's think about it in a fresh way. What's your next few steps? How can we be realistic in your big life, capital L life? Like, what else is going on in your life? Our family right now is going through an acute loss of somebody young and unexpected. And so it's completely changed our life. Capital L life has changed all of us forever. And so we're navigating in a new sense. So if you're going through that, I'm super sorry. That is, grief is super hard. And this new life that is, I don't expect to ever be the same because it's not the same. That person is gone forever. And so what now? Like, what's the fresh path? How am I taking a step forward? I'm not getting quote unquote over or solving that because I can't solve that. That's done. But I'm going to learn how to connect with others and learn what other people did because that's what I like to do. And that's what I like to do in Brain Fresh is share resources with others so you can find your way. Use, like neuroscience, like a light on your path so it can be brighter. So often we just lost hope that the future could be bright, but I disagree. I think it can be bright. And I think knowing neuroscience, professional journey, our career journey with some neuroscience tips and tricks, even if they're nano, tiny, tiny, tiny tricks and tips, a little bit each week can really make a big difference. Okay. Number five is building courage. And we only do that through action. So a lot of times we sit back and wait, I don't feel good. It's not a good time, especially in grief. It's not a good time. It feels heavy and sad and confusing and scrambled. I keep using like scrambled. So it's not a good time to take a lot of actions, but I can take one tiny action, toward moving forward. And then determining like, what are our next steps? Where am I headed? What is my sustainable roadmap? Because we have to do it in a sustaining way. In medicine, we learn like, don't listen to your body. Don't listen like when you need to sleep, when you're hungry, when you have to go to the bathroom. We learn to not listen to our biologic cues in healthcare. So you can stand and do a 12-hour surgery or whatever you surgeons do. I'm not a surgeon. Or round for a long time or see patients for 4 or 5 hours straight and take a quick bathroom break. Maybe you work through lunch, meetings before work all morning in the clinic, and then meetings at lunch and meetings after. So it's just, when do you just give your brain a little time to reset? So that's what we're doing here, right? We're reconnecting, refocusing, Create a future that brings you some excitement. Learn how to work with your amazing brain. And what do I promise will come from this? It's hard to make promises because I don't know how much work you're going to put into this. But I think if you do one tiny action each week in the 6 week challenge, um, I know that for sure you will know more about your brain's capacity to understand and find your fresh path. I know you will build meaningful connections. I know your values and your strengths. I know you will be excited about the future, about future possibilities. I know you will take courageous actions if you're willing. I know we can create a 90-day plan together. I know we will feel more connected and supported and excited about the future if we take these actions because I've been coaching women docs one-on-one. I've been running groups in Brain Fresh, and I know this will happen because I've seen it happen over and over. Is it perfect? Does it solve all the world's problems? No, but I know it can do those things in 6 weeks. So welcome to Fresh Path Experience. Take a deep breath. Maybe you get a pretty, I don't have my pretty journals here, but well, I do have this one. Um, Maybe you get a pretty, like, nice little pretty journal. It's kind of shimmery. Maybe find something like just a nice place where you're going to put all the information about this group. I find really pretty journals in like Marshalls and TJ Maxx. They're like $2 and they're beautiful. So make it special. Or, if you're like, no, I'm good. I got like notebook paper, like here I do have, and can't see it here. Ooh. And just a regular old file. That's all I'm doing. Whatever works for you. Just keep all the information from this for the next 6 weeks together in one place. I obviously have this file here, so I'm going to keep it together here. I just want to make it easy. I can find it easily. So what make it easy for you, and you can print off the checklist because you're going to get handouts every week. So whatever works for you, but I'm glad you're here. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all you do in healthcare. I mean, gosh, I've met amazing doctors, surgeons and pediatricians and oh my gosh, primary care docs that are just tired of working 10 minutes with the patient, so they're going to start their own practice. And oh gosh, I've just met, amazing people. So just thank you for all you do in healthcare. And I'm just so honored you're here. So thank you, thank you. And let's go. Let's just take a tiny nano step each week and we'll be in a different place in 6 weeks. You got this. Reach out with your questions. You can always email me at thebrainfresh@gmail.com, brainfresh@gmail.com. Any questions? I'm also glad to put my cell phone. Well, I probably won't do my cell phone. Let's just do the email because I don't know what time zone you're on, so I don't want to promise I'll get back at a certain time. But let's do the email. Okay. BrainFresh also has a free community. So you'll see that in New Zenler. If you get that app, there's a community. You can put a lot of messages in there too. And I'll put the information in there and the check, the handouts and everything. So they're there and they'll be in the app. And you'll get them by email. So whatever works best for you, feel free to put it in thebrainfresh@gmail.com. Exactly how you found out about this, where you heard about it. I also would love for you to take a self-efficacy score before and after, because I think it's really cool to feel that like, oh, yeah, I got this. I'm no longer feeling stuck. So I'm going to make that part of this too, because I think that's really cool to see where you move. It's quick. It's like 6 questions, 6 to 8. It's very simple. And I'll keep it private. All of this is private. And obviously, there's a professional agreement you sign at the beginning because I want you to know that I don't talk about you to anybody else, anything we talk about in this area because it's all private. Okay, I'm used to that in healthcare, so I just carry that through my coaching and my groups. Okay? Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you, thank you. I'm honored. See ya at the next one. So we're gonna do them Monday at 12 for the next 6 weeks, starting today and they're at 12 Eastern Daylight Time. And you'll get the Zoom link in your email once you pay the fee. Okay? You got this. All right. See ya. Bye.